Occupy Sydney is here at Glenacre, west of Walgett by Corinda, to support the Priestlys family in their fight for justice against the National Australia Bank and the Code of Banking Practice. We have some hard-hitting questions on behalf of ordinary Australians. Namely, how can the bank force eviction before the appeal has been heard? How far has and can this rapacious advance of finance spread through urban and rural Australia under cover of a secret, hidden constitution? Which means, in short, that we're forced into court where we can't win. And doesn't that mean that these are not binding contracts to which people are losing their life's work?
Priestlys home, are they?
They are, mate. I can go and get them if you want.
G'day, how you going?
So what are you doing here?
We're from the Sheriff's Office.
What about the other one?
Well, the agent gave someone to sign for the premises. And they got locksmiths too, so to secure the premises. You mind if I come in? Or?
Oh, it'll come out.
Okay, thank you. Beauty. See why they call that a picture thin.
Yeah, Chris, there you go.
Hey, bugger. Couldn't get into the bank to get other orders?
No, there's just a pack of lawyers. Food is coming in here.
I said I'd appreciate it if you didn't take my photographs, sir.
That'd be the agent.
I think that we are allowed to take these photos.
Not of myself.
The Australian Media Arts Alliance, check it out.
You are acting public and we have a full right to do this. We doing it in city all the time.
We have
Not my face, sir. You can take my back.
Yeah, and guys, you're not going to hear about the electric bags and all that. Their faces aren't essential.
Wait a minute. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, right. Oh, you're clear, are you?
Yes. Why are there so many cars here?
Well, that's something.
Are we criminals, are we?
No, you're not criminals.
Yeah, well that's how we're being treated.
Like, who's treating you
that
that?
over there? Owners of the property? Yeah, I'll get you.
Wait.
Yeah. One of them's the agent for the bank.
Right.
He's got a locksmith for obvious reasons. He's going to secure the premises.
And why is the National Australia Bank coming out here when they couldn't come out before when we were trying to seek a remedy to this problem?
Yep, I can't answer. It's something that they can't. They haven't.
Yeah, they can come out and kick you off real quick. Lovely types they are. I'll have a go at them. And they're too
The
gutless.
agent's there. So.
They're too gutless to come out here on their own. They've got to come with police, haven't they?
Well, that I can't answer. I can't answer that for you. Have you got everything you need?
So what's that bloke just sitting there? Has he got the guts to come over?
I don't know. I can't speak for what's in his mind. It's prudent that he does. You can go and have a word with him if you like, but he's
Go and tell me I want to see him.
we can go over and
He's
see
on
him.
my place at the moment. He can come and see me.
Yeah.
So, what you've got all your necessary things you need. Because technically, we're asking you to leave the premises.
Oh.
We have to.
Well, it seems odd that they can come here now, but they couldn't come here a couple of years ago.
Well, that I can't answer. I can't speak for what's in their mind or why they don't do it. I
Well,
can
why
understand
are
your
they
frustration.
here? Do we have to sign something with them?
No.
Well, what are they doing here?
Well, they've got to have someone to
I
sign.
want them to come in here, and we will not be signing anything until
Well, you're not
they come in here and
you
see
don't
us.
have to sign anything.
Well,
They
they're
don't-
not
yeah.
coming. We're not going anywhere
Well, it's
until
probably
they come and
prudent
speak to us.
we can go
and
over
They
and
get
could
see
go
them.
and tell them I want to see
They
him.
come here, or we're not
No,
going
you
to
can
go.
pop over and see them. I can't be the.
No, they can get
their
some
gaffer.
guts and come over
Show
here.
some guts.
Show some guts.
Well, they're
Come
over here to
over
speak to
here.
you. But unfortunately, we are going to ask you to leave as soon as you get your bits and pieces together. So you're right there in that department, are you?
You've got all your
You've got what you need.
Oh, well, I still got a bit of
There's
stuff
still a lot of stuff that the National Australia Bank needs to answer us about.
Right. Well, I don't know whether the agent
You've
will
got
be
all
much.
your paperwork in relation
Yeah.
to that?
Yeah.
Probably number one is Gordon Priestley, my father. He died, okay? He died nearly a year ago. The National Australia Bank tried to kick us off this farm the day after. Now, if it wasn't for Gordon Priestley, there'd be nothing to fight over, would there? Now, that is what I call a man, a lot more manly than that lot. But no, hey, let's kick him off the day after he dies, drag him away from Brewarrina into the Supreme Court. Come on, yeah.
Once again, I
And
can't.
now,
Well, they
they're a bit
also lied
gutless.
to us
Why
about
aren't they over there? Why aren't they coming over
Well,
here
it's
and having a
prudent for
front?
them. We go
They're
in.
not supposed to
They're
be
not
here
supposed to be
Oh,
until
you
we.
stick up for the banks. You go.
No, we're not sticking up for. We're
Well,
doing
shouldn't
our
they be
job.
outside the front gate? Not meant to be
No,
out
no,
the
they
gate?
can come in that far. They can come in that far.
Right. There's been a letter written today, okay, to the the chairman of National Australia Bank, telling him to prove our allegations are not right before the appeal. They are kicking us off before the appeal is done. Now, I want that letter just put in their hands now, and I want it on camera.
Well, you can go over to the
No,
agent
they
here. You
can
follow
come
me
over
over to the
here.
agent. No, go over them because we can't.
Because
Yeah.
it's a real questionable thing, this.
How many are there?
Just keep in mind, this bloke's only the agent of the bank. He doesn't.
Security, lovely. It's lovely. We've got security on farmers. Am I a criminal? Have a go at this, Chris. We've got security on us. Lovely way to treat farmers.
In your next submission to the Reserve Bank, are you going to tell them about the Constitution you've been hiding?
I'm sorry.
About the next submission, are you going to tell them about the Constitution?
I'm sorry, I have no involvement
Well,
with
did
that.
you tell Glenn Stevens about the Constitution of the Monitoring Committee where your complaints can't be heard?
I don't know who Glenn Stevens is, I'm sorry.
Well, the Reserve Bank Governor, didn't you put a submission in? It says on the internet.
I have no involvement with that, I'm sorry.
Well, what do you do?
I'm here representing the bank. My role is simply to accompany the sheriffs.
So who trained you in spin? You do courses in spin, don't you? Like all politicians know what to say to people.
We're just a meeting with family. I know that you. So if you want to give him that paperwork, that's fine. But then we'll have to get
Take
you
it and you read it out.
Take it and read
No,
it
I want it read out.
No, we don't.
You want me to read it out?
Chris will read it out. It's to the chairman of the National Australia Bank. Well, you should know, you know
I don't
that.
know.
Work it out for yourself, mate. You listen to this letter,
Dear Mr. Cheney,
Cheney.
Chairman of National Australia Bank, thank you for responding to my 26 January 2013 letter. We note the directors claim the bank has responded to our 9 complaints and does not propose to respond to similar allegations. We have not received your investigation reports, therefore believe your statement is untruthful and self-serving for the purpose of seizing our family property prior to the courts hearing our appeal. We refer to you and other directors to clause 35.8 in our small business contract. You advise the bank to find out of its investigations to each complaint. Do you hear that?
You're listening to
You're
this?
listening? Or you just
Don't
treat me like
write
shit?
notes, listen.
I'm
Show a bit of respect.
Why didn't you help me load a bit of wood then instead of sitting back there like baby bastards, I lot of you? In the event that the court finds the directors lied to us or instructed its lawyers to misinform the court about complying with our contract, we seek a ruling in our favour. Please confirm the National Australia Bank directors have considered these matters and will not sell land because we intend to ask the court to require the bank to return the farm to us.
Yeah.
So you want to see the contract? Show them the
What's
Constitution.
this?
What's
and
this?
don't, And don't you tell me you don't know about
Don't
it.
tell me you don't
You
know
don't
about
know about that. It's a hidden constitution and it's ripping off every Australian with a loan.
Have you seen that?
Well, you should.
Well, you should. They say they claim they know the code.
I have
reports to the Reserve Bank should have been made.
Yeah, if you're always written to the Reserve Bank, why didn't you bring that up?
I have no legal
And I want
background.
to know if I can be with Cameron Klein that when they write the next constitution, I want to be there, and not a hidden one like this bastard is to rob people.
I have no
You're
legal
robbing
training.
not just the Priestlys, you're robbing everyone with a bank loan, the
I
whole
have
lot
no
of you.
legal training.
Because
I have no legal
yeah, well, you
background.
can listen. You don't mind coming here and taking our place, do you? You can listen to us.
I'm listening.
Well, what are you going to do? You're going to take our farm, you're going to take our land before the
where's
appeal's even heard, when we're making serious allegations that the National Australia Bank refuses
So when you
to
look
prove
at
that
that,
we're wrong.
how come this is not mentioned in this?
Yeah.
Tell me why that is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll go to the dispute resolutions part. It mentions the committee but not the association. Why is that?
I have no.
You work
No,
in the
you
bank.
can listen.
You can
Because this
listen.
is affecting everyone with a
But
loan.
you don't know whether what
It's
you're
not just
doing is
affecting
legal
a
or not,
farmer.
do you?
You don't even know, do you?
But you'll do it
I
because
do.
you're just
I
following
do
orders.
understand.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. The Nuremberg defence is no defence
I
whatsoever.
do understand that there's been a court ruling, and that's why the sheriffs are here. The sheriffs are here legally.
See this
And
advertising.
our-
We ensure advertising and promotion leads to drawing attention to a bank service not deceptive or misleading. Well, what's that? If that's not misleading, I don't know what is.
Now,
So
your
you-
mob will not answer our letters, will they? Your
I don't
directors?
know. I don't
I think one
know.
of them, Gillian Siegel, she's in Darling Point. They're all in the top, mansions, the best suburbs in Sydney.
I bet you won't be at
Melbourne and
Ginga
Perth.
Reserve or Dodge City when you write the next one,
No.
will you? It wouldn't be good enough for you.
No.
I have had no involvement in any correspondence.
Well, but
That's
you're going
not
to
my
take
role.
our land.
You
you're
must
going
have
to sell
correspondence.
it.
They're telling you everything
Yeah,
about us.
bullshit.
I
Don't
have
Don't
lie.
lie.
involvement in the legal case that you've presented to the bank. The bank has legal representatives. I can put you in touch with them.
So why won't Cameron Klein answer our letters?
Yeah, how come Cameron Klein
I
won't
don't
answer
know
our
whether
letters?
he has or hasn't. I have no knowledge of that.
What's this here, hey? They reckon that they've dealt with our complaints. What's that? Cameron Klein, CEO of National Australia Bank, May 2010. What does he do with a big thick document of complaints about how the NAB was treating us?
I don't know.
You know what he does? He starts enforcement action. He defies the code of banking practice, doesn't investigate our complaints, which is a free service, and kicks off court action and boots us off.
About the privacy requirements, this, why did you go and shove them in the trees
Yeah.
here about 12 months ago and shame our name?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
If the police can come, why can't
Yeah. You
why
can-
can't the police or the sheriffs come out and investigate that? They put statesman claim in breathing trees.
Yeah, the neighbours who are trying
How
to
much
buy
are?
us, you lot go and put the statement of claims in the trees on their farm for them to read.
That's a conversation you'll have to have with
I
the
don't
sheriff's
know.
office.
You can come here and get rid of us and kick
Yeah.
us off. We go to the police saying we're
They say
being
it's a
harassed,
civil matter and won't get involved,
and
but
the
they don't
police
mind
won't
doing
get
this.
involved. Now, why would you go and serve statement of claims that we were already defending in the Supreme Court because you just want to bully us
I'm sorry.
and
I have-
harass
I
us,
have
don't
no
you?
legal training.
And tell Cameron Klein to stop sponsoring Beyond Blue and Black Dog Institute. Like, how many other farmers are getting kicked off like this and suiciding?
Do you want me to get a
Okay?
heap of
You
can
ought to
pass me
stand
the
up.
information. I'll pass
No,
it
he's
on
not
to the
having
bank's
that.
lawyers.
No, this is too good for that.
It's too good for you.
I can't think about
You
the
all know about
association
it
here.
anyway. Of course you're going to deny it.
They love using the word forum, don't they? This is a word, the best forum for you is farmed out mediation, but the word forum's not even in here. But they define the word dispute, but it's in here but not in here.
If you have legal a legal argument, I suggest you
So
take
I
that
want
up
to know,
with the
what are
bank's
your
lawyers.
intentions? Are you selling this place before our appeal's heard? Are you? Is that going to be the case? Get rid of it before our appeal gets heard.
I don't-
It is, isn't
I
it?
don't know when
No,
you're-
you tell me what your intentions are. You're responsible for it. You tell me, what are you going to do with this farm? You're going to
My-
sell it, aren't you? And you're going to
my-
probably do what a Cubby Station did and undersell it. You're going to do it by tender, give it to one of your favourite clients or whoever, aren't you? You won't answer me.
Yes, I
What
will.
are you going to do? Are you going to sit back, as we have said, and prove our allegations are wrong? Because I don't think you can prove them. Or you're going to do a quick sale.
When you done the submission
Aren't
to
you?
the Reserve Bank, what was that about?
I'm sorry.
When you done that submission, what was that about?
I didn't do a submission to the Reserve
Wasn't it
Bank.
Well, there's some sort of bloke by the same name that did submissions to
I
the
don't
Reserve
know.
Bank.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking
Right.
about.
Now you keep a hold of that, right? And you take that back to Cameron Klein. That's my father. Now you lot tried to kick us off the day after he died. Now you give that personally to Cameron Klein and tell him to either resign or learn to control his staff. Because if it wasn't for Gordon Priestley, there'd be nothing to fight over.
Have you made any attempts to give that to
No, you give it to him. Take it. Now that's what I call a man, right? I certainly don't call you lot manly. You take that and you have a good think about it, okay? You take it and you give it to Cameron Klein. And no more letters from the NAB telling me that they treated me fair and ethically. Where's the ethical in that when I ring them up and say my dad's going to die? So we have to leave him in Brewarrina hospital and he dies, but his last words were, he said, don't you give in.
Sounds like
And we're going to boot you on this too.
We'll beat you all right. So that he won't tell us what he's going to do.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear the answer
He
to
will
the
not
question the
tell
lady
us.
put to you earlier.
I will answer that.
Can you tell me why this is? If the complaint was aware of the events in which the complaint relates, or would have become aware of them that are used reasonable diligence more than 1 year before the first notify the CMC in writing? Where does it say that in there?
I don't know. I haven't seen
So
it.
you're working for the bastard,
And you
then
don't
you don't
know
know.
about the code of bank
They
practice.
say here that all staff is well trained. I'll read it out to you.
I have a duty to do. Would you like to hear what that duty is?
I don't want to hear.
All right.
Well, you won't tell us what you're going to do
Yes,
to
I
the
will
farm.
tell you.
Are you going to sell it before
Yes.
the appeals heard? Yes
I
or
don't
no?
know. I don't
Well,
know
you
the
should
answer
know.
to that
Well,
question
when am I getting an answer?
because I don't know when the
Well, what are you
appeal
doing
is.
here?
Taking possession for the bank.
And what's your next move?
My next move is to arrange for marketing proposals.
Exactly. You're going
from
to
real
sell
estate
it,
agents.
aren't you?
That's
Before
my-
that appeals heard. So that's really ethical, that one is.
I don't know when the appeal has been heard.
I don't give a shit. You can wait for the appeal.
Let's calm down. It's, the house is clear. You guys got everything out of it?
And this is a classic agribusiness team for all seasons.
So,
That same
you guys
manager,
got everything out of it?
We just got a bit more barking
Yeah.
to do, then we'll leave
that
you.
same manager
well,
is going on
what
about
we'll
how people
do
are getting out
is
of debt.
we'll
And have
get
a good
the
look
bark
at
out
it.
the front
NAB
gate.
for all seasons.
We'll get you guys
3
to bark
cotton
out
crops
the front
we've
gate.
missed out on.
Okay, so then you'll have a good shot of it out the front gate, and these guys can do their job and start changing the lot.
Yeah, we've got to look after them. Look after them. Such good, decent
Yeah, we
people.
appreciate.
So what's the Australian Bank Association tied to this?
Guys,
I'm sorry. I
please
don't
do
know.
this out the
You
front
don't
gate.
know. I didn't think you would.
No, my training and my responsibility is not to do with the legalities. I'm simply here under instructions from the board to take possession. If you have a legal argument,
Well, that's what they all say. Why don't you just guts and just say it as it is?
So I
you
love
have a
how you
legal
bring out police to arrest Chris and I.
I'm sorry.
You bring out police to arrest us if we don't go. We've been here 100 years, a lovely way to treat us. Are we criminals? Have you looked us up? No, we're not
There
criminals.
are no police here. Claire.
Well, it'll do me for police. It's
They
close
are
enough.
here to protect me.
Oh, you poor thing. Yeah.
Ready we've got a court document.
Poor man.
We have a court document that we need to execute, and that's what our role here is. That's all
Hold on,
it is. Okay.
Yeah. Right, now, has he got a copy of that letter?
Did you get a copy of that letter?
Right, you take that, and you give that to Michael Chaney and all the rest of those directors with all of those exclusive suburbs that are sitting there laying back while we're going to lose everything.
Working
You
out
give
new
them that?
ways to walk new
Yeah,
lines.
and you give that. And look back and all have a look at it. And hang their heads in shame for what they did to us, taking us away from them. Scum, who you are.
My face isn't a public servant.
It's part of you.
So you didn't know this exists?
Code of banking.
You must know it's in every branch.
I'm not a
It's in every
branch staff
contract.
member.
But who do you bank with?
Who do I bank with?
Certainly
That's
not
my
mad.
private information.
It'd be stupid to do that.
Hang your heads in shame. A lot of you do.
Quite right, sir.
Clearly
You don't
make
try
public.
that, why should anyone else?
We require the ABA to promptly publish on its website about the code, but you can't seem to find the Constitution on the website. Is there any reason why that is?
I have no knowledge of that.
Is there any reason why you got to run secrets and not
I'm sorry.
disclosure? I thought disclosure was everything.
What is the Constitution you're referring to?
We just showed the association constitution that binds this, that no one seems to know anything about.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not qualified to comment.
But you're out here kicking us off. You must have some knowledge of this.
Our whole...
Yes, that this says all staff are well trained in this.
I have a set of instructions.
You're out here kicking us off. We keep writing to the directors, telling them to prove that they are decent and ethical directors. And you're saying you know nothing about the code, when all those directors are perfectly aware that there's a hidden constitution that means that that will never protect the customer, and that was what it was introduced for, wasn't it? To keep you out of court, because you won't win in court, will you?
I
No.
don't know, Stephen.
No.
I don't know.
Well, you
good
do know.
complaint handling procedure says here. Mobile car display, everything's on display about this, but why isn't the Constitution?
I can't answer that.
No, I didn't think you would.
No, you can't.
But you want
No,
to,
but you can kick us off.
do you want to line me up with a meeting with the directors and
Yeah.
I can put my views forward to them?
I have no authority to do that, Christopher.
Well, who does? You must have some. You're
So-
pretty high up in
Have
that.
you attempted to meet the directors of the bank?
Yes,
done
I've
everything.
invited Cameron Klein a few times out to Glenacre.
Well,
Won't
I can
answer
do
me,
no more than
will
that.
he?
I'm sorry, I have no
Cameron
authority.
Klein won't sit down and have a
in
good
that
talk to
regard.
us. What's he on? 12 million a year, isn't it?
Plus bonuses.
Plus, you know, that's lovely. Then your poor people with their little home loans and that, if they'll go under, all because of that.
So this year's about to be written again, isn't it? I've heard.
Is it?
I've heard another one from the way now,
I don't know.
because people aren't happy with it.
I don't know.
I wonder if there'll be another constitution with it. Another association, all these Australian bank associations pay into to fuck everyone over. Anyway, that'll do.
Right, you've got that letter
Uh-huh.
and you've got that return thanks. Hang your head and show the whole fucking lot of you, and don't ever start saying you treated me fair and ethically under the Code of Banking Practice, because there is nothing fair or ethical about what they did to my father.
Claire, can you
Unfortunately, the
tell
only
me,
opinion I have is that I have a court document. That's all.
House type, aren't you? You've seen the expert advice?
Claire,
No, have you seen a look at, go and look at a few of the court reports. What you cost us
will you
in
take,
unsown crops. No, you just have a
will you
listen.
take my name and
9
address?
million you cost us lot. Because no, we're not viable. So all that water goes down the Macquarie River, and no, we're not going to pump. And then Carn Horn has to say, hey, follow what your neighbours are doing for tips on how to be a successful business. Well, we look over there and watch our neighbours grow 10,000 acres of cotton each year. Yes.
Yeah, my
No, and then
contact details,
18%
Claire.
interest. So where's it ethical, any of this? 18% interest, you don't sow crops, you default us, and you just send us under. And then you tell everyone, oh, you know, they went broke. No, you lot made sure we went broke, didn't you? And then you've got this lot saying they've never seen any other
Yeah.
farmers getting kicked
I've
off.
had no role.
You know what? Go and ask your NAB agribusiness managers. You go and ask James Pittman or Ashley
Okay,
Gardner.
guys.
Chris, you don't have to tell him anything. Find it out for yourself, mate. You're the one that's got the possession of it. You work it out. Yeah, you go for it. Work the boundaries out.
The citrus.
Time to go.
I might not want to go.
Okay, well,
Just give me 5 minutes,
I'll call the
okay?
police.
Just
Please.
give me 5 minutes. I'm
Please.
just relaxing for a
I'll call
minute.
the police then. Right.
Oh, well, just,
Are you not the police?
No, we're sheriff's
just
officers.
can I just
We're
have
here
about a
to-
second?
What you care about is the millions of dollars, eh? What she cares about is those
We're
citrus
talking a
trees.
few $1 million here, aren't we? Yeah. That's what you're worried about.
I'm sorry.
We're talking more than a couple of 100,000 here. Aren't you? You had to get your hands on it, didn't you? You got a nice buyer there for you, have you? You made sure we went under and we defaulted. Got to look after your friends. Oh, listen, I can hear them hammering.
Yeah, they're boarding up the back.
Oh,
You'll board up the doors and that. Standard practice, you'll board up and you can't lock it.
well, they killed my father and it'll be my mother next. She absolutely loved that house.